You were born in the city of Rosario, Argentina. Your neighborhood is called La Bajada, small working-class place where everybody knows everybody. Your house is a simple spot with gray iron bars. You're just a little kid in the neighborhood. You have a family of 6. Your dad works at a steel mill, and your mom works at a factory and cleans houses on the side. You have 2 older brothers, Rodrigo and Matias, a little sister, and your grandmother. You're 4 years old. Your grandmother takes you by the hand and leads you to a football pitch. It's a small neighborhood club called Dolly. When the coach sees you, he says, "I'm sorry, he's way too small." Your grandmother steps forward and says, "Put him in. You'll see what happens." The coach agrees, and you step onto the pitch. Before we continue with the video, I have a quick question for you all. If you were to write a book about Messi, what would the final sentence be? Let's talk in the comments. I'll share the most liked comment right here on my channel. You're just an ordinary kid from the neighborhood. But the moment the ball hits your feet, everything changes. The first time anyone sees you, they say the exact same thing. This kid is too small, too fragile. But the second you touch the ball, that prejudice vanishes within seconds. Your dribbling, your speed during recess, everyone fights to pick you for their team. But there's a dark side to this fairy tale. You're 10 years old. Bad news hits your family. You haven't grown an inch in the last 2 years. Tests, doctors, a long and agonizing wait. Finally, the diagnosis is clear. You have a growth hormone deficiency. Without treatment, your adult height will top out at just 1.40 meters. Naturally, your family is shattered. The monthly treatment costs $1,000. Your dad's monthly salary, just $600. For the first 2 years, your dad's insurance covers the treatment. Then, the Argentine economy collapses. The insurance payments stop. Your family asks your club for help. Newell's Old Boys makes your dad a promise, but they never follow through. You go to River Plate, they see your talent and want to cover the treatment, but roadblocks from your old club ruin the deal. Every single door slams shut, and every night before bed, you inject a needle into your leg. You don't complain to anyone because you have a goal. You just want to keep playing football. In September, through your family's relatives in Barcelona, a message reaches the Barcelona club. You get invited for a trial. You board a plane with your dad. Barcelona's sporting director is there. In January, a special match is arranged, and you play against kids older than you. The coach watches you for just 2 minutes and says, "We need to sign this kid right now." But the club's board is hesitant. Months of uncertainty follow. Your dad is furious. Either we sign or we go home. In December, they're having lunch at a tennis club in Barcelona. The sporting director looks for an official document on the table but can't find one. He takes a paper napkin brought by the waiter, pulls out his pen, and writes, "FC Barcelona Technical Director Carlos Rexek, under his own responsibility, commits to signing Lionel Messi." The signatures are written. Today, that napkin is auctioned for thousands of dollars. But back then, it meant only one thing to you. You'll get your treatment. You'll keep playing football. Your whole family moves to Barcelona. Shortly after, when your mom and siblings can't adapt to life in Spain, they return to Argentina. You're 13 years old. You're in a new country, and you don't speak the language. At night, you cry secretly so your dad won't hear you. Your first days at La Masia are even harder. Because you're a foreign player, you aren't allowed to play in official matches for a year. In your second match, you break your leg. You watch your teammates play from the stands. On crutches, you're 16 years old. You sit down in the first team locker room. In front of you is Ronaldinho, the biggest star in the world at that moment. After your first training session, he tells his friends, "This kid is going to be better than me." He makes you sit right next to him in the dressing room and tells you, "Just play free." It's May, and it's the Albacete match. You come on in the 88th minute. Ronaldinho chips a perfect pass behind the defense. You send the ball over the keeper with a graceful chip into the back of the net. Ronaldinho picks you up on his back. The Camp Nou goes wild. You were 17 years and 10 months old, the youngest goal scorer in Barcelona's history up to that day. Everything changes. Pep Guardiola arrives, and he tells you something different. First, he sends Ronaldinho and Deco away from the team, wanting to clear out any bad influences around you. Then, he hands you the number 10 shirt. The geometry of football changes that day. Between 2009 and 2012, for 4 straight years, you leave the football world dizzy. You win 4 consecutive Ballons d'Or, something no one had ever done. In 2012, you scored 91 goals in a single calendar year, completely shattering Gerd Muller's record. That season, you scored 50 goals in La Liga and 73 goals overall. But amid all these triumphs, there's a wound deep inside you. The Argentina national team, you lose for major tournament. Finals with the national team, 3 Copa Americas, and 1 World Cup. Your own people tell you, you're not like Maradona, calling you passionless. You lose to Chile on penalties in the Copa America final. You cry in front of the cameras and say, "I think this is best for everyone. The national team is over for me." 50,000 people gather around the obelisk, in Buenos Aires holding signs that read, "Don't go, Leo." Even the president steps in. 6 weeks later, you return. Then, you leave Barcelona. The club is over €1 billion in debt. You agree to a 50% pay cut, but La Liga still won't allow it. The moment you step up to the podium, you break down in tears. You head to Paris Saint-Germain and spend 2 years there. By the 2022 World Cup, you're 35 years old. This is your last chance. You lose the first match against Saudi Arabia, but you are the leader. Trust this team, you say. In the quarterfinal against the Netherlands, you shock everyone. You're no longer that shy, quiet guy on the pitch. After the Dutch match, you yell at Weghorst, "What are you looking at, fool? Get out of here." The Argentine people had never seen this side of you before. You are a rebellious, passionate warrior, just like Maradona. The country erupts in pure joy. In the final, you play France. Mbappe drags him back from 2-0 to 2-2. It goes to 3-2 in extra time, and then 3-3. The match goes to penalties. You step up for the first penalty, you're cold as ice. You slot the ball into the corner. Before the final penalty is kicked, you look up at the sky and whisper, "It could be today." Grandma Montiel scores a final penalty. Argentina is the world champion. Suddenly, you feel your mother on your back. She rushed onto the pitch without anyone knowing and hugged you from behind. In that exact moment, the weight of the world lifts. Describing how it felt to lift the trophy, you say, "I felt the exact same way I did when my children were born." Enter Miami. There's an massive economic offer from Saudi Arabia for $100 million. You turn it down. It's not about the money. You say, you choose Miami. There's warm weather, peace, and family. Your old teammates Busquets, Alba, and Suarez join you. And with Miami sitting at the bottom of the league, you step onto the pitch. You score 10 goals in your first 7 matches, and you become champions. In the mornings, you drop your kids off at school and head to training. In the evening, you return home. Thiago is calm. Mateo is just like you, crazy competitive. And the youngest copies his older brothers. All 3 play in the Inter Miami Academy. Everything started in that gray house in La Bajada. From the kid who injected a needle into his leg every single night to 8 Ballons d'Or. From the foreign kid sitting in the stands on crutches to the king of Barcelona. From losing for finals to the absolute peak in Qatar. And your grandmother, she passed away when you were 11. But you still look up at her after every single goal you score, raising both hands to the sky. And those farewells are still going on. If you liked the video up to this point, you can hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. See you next time.